President Biden is in Rehoboth Beach in Delaware today before heading to Camp David. He's going to be preparing for the big debate against Donald Trump next week, a week from tomorrow. And reports say advisors will be prepping him for Trump-style insults. Okay. Here to discuss is Fox News contributor and Washington Examiner chief political correspondent Byron York. Byron, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve.
So, according to the Times, Biden's advisors are not expecting Trump to abide by the rules, and they're getting ready for the insults, the comebacks, the ad-libs.
Well, it's a lot of pre-debate spin. We're in the pre-debate spin period right now, and clearly what Biden should prepare for perhaps more is what Trump might say about the economy, about inflation, about the border, about foreign affairs. In other words, about Joe Biden's performance as president, because you got to remember the most important number for a president who's seeking re-election is his job approval number, and Biden is very, very low. We've been underwater just forever.
Indeed. And, you know, here's my question. I wonder if people have been talking about his poor performance in elocution lately. If the bar has been so lowered, all he's got to do is essentially get through cleanly, and people will say that was fantastic. Because after the State of the Union, people were going like, hey, he was really loud, and we weren't expecting that guy.
Well, yeah, you know, with all of the attention controversies that there has been in the last few days over what the White House calls cheap fakes, they haven't paid as much attention to what Biden actually says in his speeches. And in one of those cheap fake incidents, which was the Juneteenth ceremony at the White House, I think it was June 10th, the president absolutely garbled one of the key sections of his speech. I mean, you literally didn't know what he was saying. And that could that happens in about every speech. And you're right, he seemed particularly jacked during the State of the Union, and he kind of shouted the whole thing. And, you know, it was more than an hour, and it was late at night. He got through it. So I would expect that he'll get through the debate. But the question is, will he be intelligible the whole time?
You know what? You brought up a good point. Yesterday in the East Room, he introduced his Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, and let's see if anybody can identify his name from this description.
My name's Joe Biden. I'm Jill Biden's husband. Thanks to all the members of Congress and Homeland Security Secretary. I'm not sure I'm going to introduce you all the way, but all kidding aside.
You know, if he does that at the debate, that's just not good. But then again, the White House would say AI, manipulation, editing.
Yes, I think we can say that was unedited and unmanipulated video of the way the president talks. That's the way he is. Yep. You know, the striking thing is go back to the president's early months in office. Go back to his first news conference in March of 2021. He spoke much more clearly. His enunciation was much better. You don't have to go back 25 years to when he was a senator or 10 years to when he was the vice president. The decline in the president's verbal ability has been noticeable since he has been president.
Indeed, it has. All right. Byron, thank you very much for joining us today with your perspective.
Thank you, Steve.
You bet. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.